To be honest, I don't know what happened, but we need a redo.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Alpha Central titled Single Mothers Crying After Regretting Their Divorces. So let me get this straight. These individuals are women who decided to leave their marriages, break apart their families, and now they're crying after they regret everything. Absolutely hilarious. Let's get into it.
Making the video I need to see right now because sometimes life just isn't better after divorce. The thing is, I know it will be. I know it will be, and that's what's getting me through this time. But man, I am really sad. I'm not doing well. I'm not coping well. I miss my husband. I miss my married life, and that's okay to admit. And I just want to feel strong, and I just want to feel like I'm doing well, and I'm just not. I know I'm not the only one.
She destroyed her marriage thinking it was going to bring her a life of fun and happiness, only for her to realize that she's now responsible for her own life with no support from a man.
It's my wedding anniversary today, and because this date has been ingrained in me for so long, of course it was the first thing that I thought about when I woke up this morning. And then I realized, yeah, we're still technically married, but this is far from being a celebratory anniversary. We're knee deep in the middle of a divorce. He's waking up in someone else's bed while I'm here, and it hit me harder than I thought it would. And I don't know why.
So in other words, he moved on after a toxic marriage and she's having a meltdown because the pastures aren't greener on the other side. So she begs for sympathy online as she tries to avoid accountability for the marriage that she ended.
I just walked into my baby daddy's house, right? Look at this. This used to be a picture of me, him, and his son. Look when I take the back off. Not the titty crop. No.
That's a clear-cut sign of how she broke his heart. Now he can't even stand the sight of looking at her, and she's acting like it's the funniest thing in the world. It just shows how little that man actually means to her.
My baby daddy quit his job as an electrician where he was making over 6 figures a year to work a minimum wage job at a fast food place just so he wouldn't have to pay me $3,000 a month in child support. Is that not ridiculous? He would rather take a massive pay cut than to give me money to pay for his kids. I'm just so pissed right now because how am I going to pay for my mortgage? How am I going to pay for my mortgage? And you can tell me to go get a job, but then who's going to watch my kids? Because putting my kids in daycare is going to cost more than my freaking house.
This is what's messed up. When she divorced this man, she was unemployed, and even though the father was making 6 figures, the court still awarded her custody of the kids, the house, and child support. There is no justice in this world for people like this.
So what am I supposed to do? He's trying to act like he should only be responsible for 50% of the kids' expenses, and he doubts that they cost $6,000 a month. But I'm like, sir, I am doing 100% of the raising. I feed these kids every night. I put them to bed. I wake them up in the morning. I get them dressed. You're not doing any of that. So you should be 100% taking care of them financially. I told him when we first got together I was never going to get a job and he was going to have to take care of me, and he was okay with that. But now we're divorced and he's saying that he shouldn't be paying my bills.
She's complaining about the work she does as a mother. She's not going above and beyond the call of duty here. She's doing the basic requirements and she's still complaining about it. That's rather disturbing.
My name is Riley. I'm a newly single mom with full custody of her 3 children with little to no help. I was a stay-at-home mom for 4 years, so when their father and I separated, I had only $300 in my bank account. During that time, I didn't have a job or have to worry about paying bills, so when we separated, I quickly realized how expensive life is. So I got a job, and then I got a second job in hopes of being able to afford the babysitter for my first job.
It's tough to know what's worse, this woman having no clue that life is expensive, or that she had to break up her family and ruin her children's futures in order to understand that life actually costs money.
I just miss my old life. I can't help but cry today. I miss having a husband. I miss my family. I miss having a husband. And I miss my husband. I don't want just any husband. I want my husband. Mine. Miss mine. I miss mine. Mine. I don't know why. I'm really stuck. No, you guys are sick of this. You guys are so sick of this. I don't blame you. I don't know how to replace my husband. I don't know how. I don't know how. I'm lonely. I'm sad. I miss my family.
She sounds like a spoiled child with how many times she said the word mine. She refuses to understand that she no longer has a husband, so she has no right to claim the man that she threw away.
What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my kids?
What about your other kids?
What? Okay, but them your kids' siblings, though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings, though.
So what you
My other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed him?
You know I don't get my food stamps to the 7th.
Send him down to the car. He didn't put his brothers and sisters. He come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here. Give it here.
That woman is straight up wrong. Those kids are not his siblings, they are his half siblings, and that half is the responsibility of whoever fathered those children. He's doing right by his child and doesn't deserve to be shamed for not enabling her refusal to get a job.
So the whole world is basically bashing me right now because I'm the baby mama who was upset at her baby daddy because he only decided to give his child McDonald's and not the rest of my other 3 kids. I have 4 kids. All my other kids knew him. He was buying the McDonald's when we were together. My kids have to go through a transition of our breakup as well. Like me and you used to be together. They used to see you. You used to do it for them. But now you don't want to do that for them anymore.
These women demand that their exes still support them financially even after they break up or get divorced. They want the benefits without the responsibility. Men don't tolerate that much disrespect.
Single mom. Of course no man is ever going to want me because I have too much baggage. I'm a single mom. Of course I'm the lowest fruit on the tree. I'm a single mom. Of course I need to be staying at home the nights that my children are with their father instead of going out socializing with friends. I'm a single mom. Of course I need to step up and finally be a parent for once. I'm a single mom. Of course I shouldn't have standards for me and my children because beggars can't be choosers. I'm a single mom. Of course I should stay with my children's father because settling for the bare minimum and letting my children grow up in a broken home is so much better than growing up in 2 homes where the parents are both happy and healthy.
All we need to do is listen to what she's saying to know why she's a single mother. The second she said her ex did the bare minimum, then we know the only reason why that home was broken was because she was the one who actually broke it. It's awful that this woman divorced her husband but still expects him to drop everything he's doing to comfort her. She will not allow this guy to have the chance to move on with his life.
Bro, why would you get him something from Walmart for Valentine's Day?
We
don't get his clothes from Walmart. We go to like the children's place. You could at least.
So you really shaming my parents?
I would have.
You really shaming my parents? That's sad as hell, bro. I try to show up at the father when I can.
You went to Walmart.
That's all I got,
Valentine's Day gift.
I'm saying though, like,
why would you go to Walmart for his?
You act like it's a big deal. He only 2 years old. Spider-Man, that ain't. Bro, I don't got the money to go to Cheers' place.
More than this, like
Gap, bro.
You go to Dollar Tree. You go to Dollar Tree. You go to Walmart. You go to the thrift store.
That's the best I can do. As long as my son got clothes on his back and food in his mouth, I'm okay with that.
It's kind of funny how this man's child is most likely more mature than she is. She's acting like the gift is for her so she can rip into him for doing his best as a father.
What's going on, Knife? Want me to lay with you? You're tired? No. Are you okay? Mommy. Mommy's right here, yeah.
With the gigantic spikes in divorce rates, it's rather tragic to know how many children are going to suffer because of their mother's selfishness. That kid misses their dad and their mother is too busy recording it to care.
I'm really frustrated because my ex, end of sentence.
Of course, it's the ex's fault. With all of those countless examples we've seen of these women complaining about their husbands, it should come as no surprise that even after divorce, her tears are still her ex's fault.
Because
of so many reasons. Co-parenting is not working. He hates me. You don't have to like me, but he won't communicate with me. He won't do anything. And then today, like, he just lied to our doctor for the kids. And
I'm not sure what exactly this woman was expecting. This man got ripped to shreds in the court system, so he probably doesn't have much to say to her after what she did.
I don't know how to fix it. And he triggers me in every way. And I feel really alone. So I can't go to my mom, because if I go to my mom, I'm just gonna get a lecture and told that I'm not doing enough, and like I'm not doing it the right way.
She's complaining about everything, but she still has the time to set up her camera and try to demean the character of her own mother just to get sympathy from internet strangers.
And that, you know, I just need to like put my foot down and like blah 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 and all these other things. And okay, it doesn't matter what I say to him, because it literally goes in one ear and out the other, and he doesn't want to hear it, and he doesn't want to like come to the table and actually problem solve. He just wants to make it my fault, which is, it's his fault at this point. Like at this moment in time, the things that are going on are his fault.
It's interesting how she's constantly blaming her ex-husband, but doesn't list off every single unforgivable thing that he did to her. That's because the only thing that guy could do was the best that he could under the circumstances.
Just fell in the parking lot of Walmart. And I went to grab my phone in that moment that I was hurting. And I wanted to call my husband and cry to him and have him comfort me like he always had after 25 years. The first thing I wanted to do was call him. And then I realized that he's not mine to call anymore. And how alone I really am. And it sucks.
Women like this want to treat their exes like they're emotional support animals, and then they break down when they realize that that'll never be an option for them.
It really sucks. And I haven't been able to stop crying since. And I'm fine. But it sucks so bad.
These women have no idea what's in store for them after a divorce. Once they realize that they have to solve their own problems, they realize that they made a terrible mistake, and it's one that they can't fix.
I want to stop thinking about him. I want to stop wondering what he's doing. I want to stop wanting to tell him about my day. I want to stop missing my good morning and good night texts. I want to stop longing for his presence. But at the same time, I don't want to stop any of that. God, that sounds so crazy.
It's not that she even misses the guy, she misses the benefits of the marriage. She got endless attention, she got safety, and she was provided for. And once she threw that away, she now wants it back.
Not even a text on Mother's Day. So I'm a single mom. I'm not dating. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not seeing anybody. Like, I don't have a situationship, nothing. Okay? As I was getting dressed today, my sister says, Mom got you a gift. And I'm like, oh, she didn't have to do that. And she actually said, remember the other day when I asked you if Madison's dad has given you anything for Mother's Day, if he gave you anything for last year? And I said, yes. And she's like, and I knew that the answer was no, but I wanted to confirm with you. And because of that, Mom wanted to make sure that she had something to give you, because she knows that you don't have anybody.
It's crazy how much these women demand that Mother's Day be celebrated like Christmas. They even expect their exes to still give them presents even though they are no longer together. That is crazy.
So, she gave me sunglasses, and my nephew gave me beautiful roses. Like, And I'm so grateful for having such, a good family that thinks about me. And it also makes me really sad because I don't expect anything from this man.
You can't expect a man to want to shower a woman with gifts after she left him. She couldn't care less about how this guy feels, just so long as she gets her presents. That's how a child acts.
But at the same time, I guess I kind of am right, because I'm the mother of your child. Like, that doesn't warrant a happy Mother's Day. Can't even send a quick text. A text message literally takes 5 seconds. You can speak into Siri, like, hey, happy Mother's Day, send.
She got gifts from her family, but she's losing it because the man she destroyed isn't sending her a 3-word text message. It really does go to show how it's not about Mother's Day, it's about getting attention when it isn't even deserved.
So, I don't know how to get over my ex. I admitted it. It's been like 5 months since my breakup, and when I tell you that I wake up every day with the most crippling anxiety of my life, I would not be lying. I have tried everything. People say make more friends. I've made so many friends, and it just doesn't fill the void that I have. People say get new hobbies. I joined golf. I'm doing skating. I joined a gym for the first time in my life. I really started doing more art stuff. Still cannot get over my ex.
Those things aren't working because she doesn't want them to work. She wants to stay miserable so she can feel sorry for herself. Plus, it gives her even more excuses to complain about her life.
So we have a court order signed by the judge that the child goes with him. It's signed by the judge.
What judge?
The Marion County one. So here's the deal. She's talking about if we take her, she's going to go to jail. We don't want to arrest her because it's going to do nothing but make her look bad. We don't want her in trouble. We don't. So, because then if she tries to go to get the kid back, and it looks like she got arrested. Why we did this? By order of the judge. But please listen to me, dear.
It takes a lot of work to get a court order to do something like this, and her nervous breakdown just proves that the child is better off and safer with their father.
By us doing this signed by a judge, if she ends up getting arrested for interfering with this while we're doing it on behalf of a judge, it's going to look real bad on her. And I don't want her in trouble. I don't. Please trust that.
So
it's signed by a judge.
It's disturbing to know how many children are growing up in homes just like this. A lot of these kids had their futures stripped away from them because of crap like this.
I'm literally sitting on my bathroom floor. I just need to talk about this really quickly. Divorce is very hard, especially when you have kids. I got married with the intention of staying with that person forever, right? Because I had a child with them and I wanted that family to be this perfect family. That didn't happen, right? And now I have to deal with not having my daughter all the time, and it breaks my freaking heart. You have no idea.
She's crying because her daughter is spending time with her father, but she's acting like she's moved away permanently. She's acting like the father doesn't have any rights when her feelings are involved.
Her dad gets her every other weekend, and I know I get her a lot of the time, and it's just, you just feel like a bad mom when you're not with her.
Every other weekend is 4 days a month. That's less than 100 hours a month with his own daughter. That's a crime within itself, but it's made worse because she has the kid most of the time instead of all the time, apparently.
In November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent, and I gave up my kids. I was just tired of being responsible and caring for them. I felt like I was too young and I wanted to go out there and experience life, and I started dating someone else, so it just didn't fit with my new lifestyle. And I didn't have anything to worry about because the other parent is a very responsible parent. But now I'm here because now I'm in child support. And to top it off, I'm really pissed off that I took care of them all the way up to November, and I couldn't claim them on my taxes because the other parent had already claimed them.
Imagine being one of this mother's children and seeing that video being posted online. How is that kid supposed to feel when he finds out his own mother hates him for not being able to claim him on her tax return?
Sometimes being a single mom makes me feel completely robbed of my motherhood experience. Like, I just know. I know deep in my bones that if I had more support, I could show up better. I know I would be more patient. I would have so much more time to just like pour into to myself and be a better mom and also pour into my son. But being a single parent or an only parent means that you're literally doing everything on your own. You carry 100% of the burden.
That's why it's called being a single parent. It almost sounds like she expected to keep the benefits of being a wife without having to be married anymore. She honestly didn't expect life to be so hard without financial support.
And sometimes I wonder who I would be if I had more support. During my pregnancy, especially when Adrian was younger, and especially now. And then you wonder like how your kid's gonna remember you. And usually when you have two healthy parents, someone can just step in when the other one's having a mental breakdown or they need space, and you don't get that when you're a single parent. Or at least you don't get that when you're the only parent. And the kicker is that you can never fully lean into your maternal energy because you're always shape-shifting from masculine to feminine because you have to give tough love too. And sometimes I don't want to be the bad guy.
This is why these children have such a rough life. These women act like what their husbands did was easy, and they are shocked to find out that a mother cannot do the role of the father. It never ends well for the child.
Any major life decision, any parenting decision is made completely on your own. And you will spend 50% of the time wondering if it was the right call and not having anyone to be like, yes, babe, that was right. Or you're not crazy. Or I back you on that. Not to mention realizing that literally 90% of the memories that I make with my son, I'm the only one who will remember, and I have no one to share them with because kids don't remember stuff. And I know I'm a good mom, but I just know it's not supposed to be this hard.
She could have had all of those things if she just did her part to keep the marriage working, but that's never the case with single mothers like these ones.
I hate to be one of those women that come on TikTok and cry, and people are like, why is she doing that? I'll tell you that almost 2 years ago, my ex and I divorced after 23 years of marriage. And it's been almost 2 years. It has been the hardest, most loneliest time of my life. I mean, if somebody would have said that I would feel and walked through what I have walked through, I would have said, no, I won't, because I will not make it. I will not survive very long. I just pulled in my driveway from work, and I don't want to go inside because my kids aren't home this week. I also, when I look to the left, I see our basketball court and 2 basketballs in the yard. And I'm not going to move those. They're reminders of these precious children that I have and that I can't stop. But man, times like this suck when I don't want to go inside my home because there's no one to go home to. No one is in there waiting for me. I will not be greeted by anybody. And that is a really hard place to be.
But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.